then starting it again. So now, when it comes to my VODs, I should have separate VODs for that, or separate recordings of the VODs, and then we'll have to, as it be edit, it's also going to be quicker when rendering it. But sometimes I'll render through my VODs if they're a bit disjointed. I might clean them up a little bit. Not that often. Yeah, we'll look into that. And by we, I mean me. We'll look into that later. We got a call from Dojima's family HQ. There should be a payphone around here. In the case of if you're from YouTube, the update from the last part is basically this guy, Yuri, basically he beat up a debtor that owed some money, and then that debtor basically ended up dead, and now he's getting called to the office, or like he's part of like the mafia, but yeah, I think he is just part of the the Dojima family, not Yakuza. He seems to be working with loan sharks, but I assume that's a part of the same family, or it's something that works alongside with the Yakuza. We'll find out as things go on. So something I do actually want to do. Well, I'm going to do this just in case I actually do this again. We're going to go onto the wallpaper engine. Launch. I don't know why this turned off. I literally had this on just before stream. Appears to be run already. There you go. So I even said it was running, but some reason. No, okay, it's fixed now. I don't know why this wasn't up the first time. This is what my desktop is supposed to look like. But for some reason, it had a family picture instead. Anyway. I don't have time to screw around. I know there's a phone on. Seems like you can't get into combat until you get to a thing. Better call the family office. Telling me this guy's supposed to get in a fight with me. Maybe, or not.
Kiryu だ。そっちで誰か俺のポケベル鳴らしたか。
あ、はい。久世の兄貴に言われまして。桐生さん、すぐ事務所までお越し願いやす。実は若頭補佐のお三方が桐生さんをお待ちで。
そうか、わかった。
I do like how when I look at my drop frames, it's always 0. It's rarely now that it ever goes anything 1-0. I guess I better take a taxi to Jojima's family headquarters. I'm going to get used to some of these words after a while. It's also some of these I'm just going to sound them out how they sound to me, and I'm going to mispronounce them probably. I think my character's name is Kiryu. I believe that's how you would say that name. And Dojima for the family name. There's a save spot there. I kind of want to go to the save spot quickly, just to save where I am. So I thought Elena was on my leg. There's a save spot somewhere here. I think it's on the other side. It's literally, I mean, look, I'm done. Hey, Lena. You're a good girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. How about Lena, like, just save on my chair? I'm gonna save her that one. I don't know if it really matters right now to have different saves. And even then, especially not near this early in the game. I kind of want to get into fights anyway. That's money. Oh. I only just now noticed their health bar. I guess that's because it's an actual fight now. Wish I could like stamp on them. I would like to see if they literally just like heal up and they start like acting hard again. Like I'm not gonna go against the fight, that's money. What does that sound mean? I'm more like just intrigued on exploring. Oh, there you go. So funny if I bump into people that is enough to start a fight. There you go. Free money. I guess I'm supposed to go to that pink thing, is what the goal is. Like, what does that sound mean? I heard like a ding while I was like around here, so I was like curious. I not pet the cats. It's a shame. I guess I can't also walk into traffic. That's sad actually. Assume I can't go this way. Yeah. I think this is all going to be like available after I finish some more story stuff. This taxi I need to go to. I heard also like in Japan the taxis like I think it was like you don't close the door, the person is able to open and close it from inside. Oh, so there is going to be like different locations. I assume it's going to like have one big area and that would be the only area we're interacting with. I do wonder though if there's like lootable items and stuff. I can be kind of like a loot gremlin, so I like to have that option. imagine he's gonna have a rough time. Noticing like my model looks better, like it stops glitching as much when I got a bit of distance between me and my camera. But I also could make the camera with my hat's facing.
Oh, ずいぶん待たしてくれるじゃねえか。偉くなったもんだな。おう、キリュウ。
Lieutenant of the Dojima family.
申し訳ありません。クゼの兄貴。
こんな昼間から東島組の幹部がガン首揃えてお前を呼び出した理由わかるよな。
And I'm sure the Uber
カムロ町で見つかった死体の件ですか。
where they found in
やっぱりてめえか。
that was
俺
you.
はゴルどころじゃなく
So
なっちま
much
った
for
な。
getting some golf today. So the Tani
お前に取り立
associates.
てを頼んだ金貸しから組に連絡があってな。
金貸し。
東郷クレジットの社長だ。あの社長に頼まれて仇ぶっ殺したのはおめえだろ。もっともあいつは自分のせいじゃねえって早速逃げ打ってやがったがな。たかが30万程度の小銭の取り立てで本性が下手打つとも思っていなかっただろうからな。はあ、ちんけな金貸しとはいえ
The bottom Peter Leech, but I can sympathize.
そんなことはどうでもいい。理由がどうあれ、仇
The
をやっちまっ
reason,
た
the
って
issue
こと
now
は
is how to make it right for the murder in a civilian.
ちょっと待ってください。俺は。
ジタバタすんじゃねえ。
Put you down,
安心しろ。
just
仇だ
relax,
って
kid.
相手も借金まみれのクズだ。臭い飯7、8年食えばことは収まる。
俺に掴まれた。
なあ、殺しの方はそれでお上と手打ちするとして、それより問題はあの場所からどう人目をそらすかだが。
そうだな。面倒なことをしてくれたもんだ。
Like, if it's 8 years is obviously bad, but look. Oh, hi, Kira.
あの場所。
Oh, it's a Yakuza 0.
どういう意味ですか。
It's actually my first time
おめえが死体を捨
playing
ててった場所
a Yakuza game.
おいゲリア、おめえよりによってなんであの場所だっ
Like
た
you missed earlier, there was karaoke,
まさか風間の
and
会
I
社の
had a
シ
few
ーってわけ
bits
じゃ
where I
ね
was
えや
fighting people.
おやっさんの指示ってなんでおやっさんの名前が出てくるん
I've
です
been
か。
enjoying the game so far.
聞かれたことだけに答え
There is like a bit of like a language barrier, obviously, where like I'm not that good of a reader. So
なんであの場所を選んだ
not me, but my character did.
会社の指示じゃねえのか
It is basically like
それに
apparently part of this game is karaoke. So it's basically a rhythm game.
チャカ。
The thing is, like, I don't know if I would be confident enough to try
俺
karaoke.
は銃なんか持ってません。
At least not solo. Like, if I did karaoke, I'd want to do it with someone probably.
見つかった死体は痛めつけられた
It's also like, if I do
頭を撃たれて
anything that like looks
殺は
weird,
まだ公表
my
してね
window
え
is like always like wide open.
本当ですか。
Well, like not wide open, but it's open. So like, people near like walking by would just hear me like.
死体転がしたのは俺じゃありません。俺は素手で奴を殴っただけです。本当です。
もしその話が本当だとしたらお前は誰かにはめられたってことになる。そうだな。
間違っても俺は銃を撃ったりはしていません。
と言ってるがどうしますか。嘘に決まってんだろ。たくわらぎしやがって。てめえみたいな下っ端はめて誰が得するってんだ。
All right.
おうキリュウ、
It is one of those things of like, yeah, you can't always have that sort of stuff. Are you doing anything fun while you're out, or is it
金貸しからの指示だったんです
more like
あの場所に相手を
like
呼び出すから
I don't know if it's
少し痛い目に遭わせてから
more
金
like
を
hang
取り
around
立ててく
with
る
friends or out with family,
今
or
言ったこと
or if it's like
間違いねえ
just
な
going out to sort of have a fun time.
どうやら金貸しから話聞く必要がありそうだな。とはいえうちの組があの殺しに関係していたっつうのは事実だ。
Like I was supposed to go out today to like drop off something to the post
このまま
office,
じゃあっちの仕事に支障
and
が
then
出ちまう。
some of my house, so they were going over to through town, and I asked them to just drop it off for me.
クゼな兄貴。
答えは一つだろ
Oh, I imagine it was a pretty big market, wasn't it? Or oh no. Hopefully she's okay. Was it like getting groceries then for the house, or was it like, was it like getting stuff that was needed for the house and bits like that?
何が何だかわかんねえって面だな。
え
例の死体が見つかったあの場所はな、あそこは通称空の一坪って厄介な土地なんだ。お前ら下っ端は知らねえかもしれねえけどな、堂島組長から俺ら頭補佐の3人に命令が出てたんだ。どんな手使ってもその空の一坪を手に入れろとな。
殻の一坪
針の穴ほどの隙間もない繁華街に偶然できた一粒の空き地だ。
I've but when I go out, I tend to like prefer to be alone because I end up being quicker. So when I go out with like my sister and my mum, it's like generally that we plan to be like an hour or two at most, turns into somehow sort of 4-6 hour like journey. Like last time I went out, the plan was just to like go to a storage unit, and then somehow we ended up looking after my baby niece, taking her to like a doctor's appointment, and then going for a meal, and then we were supposed to go shopping, which we didn't plan to do, and then we ended up doing shopping. Didn't even go to storage unit. It was literally just like everything but.
褒美
That's good to hear. The thing is, that's like, as long as she's okay.
つまりあの土地は俺ら頭補佐にとってただの一坪じゃねえってことだ。まあ最初はてっきり風間の頭とつながってるお前が俺らの邪魔するためにやったのかと思ってたが、その顔色じゃ何にも知りませんでしたって感じだな。
ちょっと待ってください
Well, so I assume it's like a local market, right?
おやっさんはどうなるのす
Because like
さあ
where
な、
I live, we have like
だが組
it's
の
like
一大臣に
2 markets we get a week, and then it's like every now and then we get these like special markets where it's like one time it'd be a French market for part of the year, where it'd be like more like French food and stuff, and we might have a German one, and we might have
おやっさんは関
like
係ない
because the thing is like with England it has like a bunch of like
殺しはや
cultural
っていません
things around the country. Oh, for some reason the controller turned off. I need like okay, no, that's pretty okay. The thing is like it's only like notified me now. On so it showed that the post for me going live was earlier, right? but it's like showing me that like it's only actually notifying me now. Oh, I was saying like so what kind of market was it? Like is it just like a general market? 'Cause where I live, it's like we have like two markets that come twice a week, and then it's like we get these like random markets in between every now and then. Like we get like I think it's every Tuesday and Saturday we get like our general market, like fruit and veg stands and some clothes stands and some vintage game stands, and then it's like you get every now and then we get these like French like markets that pop up, or these like German markets, and like it's like they'll go basically they kind of there's a few of these like markets they have which like based off like other countries. There's like so it's not as often like these ones are already like very rare when they come about. Yeah. There is like for example where I live, the amount of like places like cafes uh around me is like crazy. I used to like say when growing up about how where I live was just clothes shops, cafes, and I think that was about it. It was literally like oh no, and pubs, but like I'm more happier with the pubs part. The alcohol is nice. Uh, the cafes were nice. The problem is just like when you go into town to do something and it's like uh literally like there's only 20 shops of just like places to get tea. And you're there going like okay, but I was hoping for us to get like more different sorts of shops. But it's also like we got like weird I wouldn't say weird, like after COVID, like we had like a bunch of shops like close down, many cafes, 'cause they couldn't operate with like COVID. Um, these cafes closed down, and they got replaced with these like shops that were selling like pop vinyls and like you know anime figures and game figures and all this like sort of stuff, right? Star Wars, name it, uh, Marvel, yeah, so on. And it's like then it was like shortly afterwards 'cause these like they set up in these like buildings that had super high rent because the places that were operating in them went out of business because they couldn't afford with COVID. And then it was like they moved into these like places, and most of them left because of they couldn't operate, and they were trying to set up a brand new store, and they didn't even fully finish doing that. And then it's like we still have like now like tons of like cafes and stuff around. It's like if you ask me, like probably a few too many. Um, it's like when I had there was like a meeting that I had with some people. I didn't really know them that well, but they came from like Bournemouth, and one came from I think it was like some expensive area he came from. I don't really know them that well, but they came around Salisbury, um, and they were like just saying about how all the houses are really old and how they looked. I think it's just like when it comes to here, it's like it's not bad. I've lived like most of my life here, but it's like I would like. Mm, I kind of like the fact that I'm kind of like away from most things. I'm technically in town, but also not. Okay, it's like we've got a town area, but the town bit isn't that big, so it's mainly. It's like technically in town, then it's like a bunch of little villages around it.
そういうことはサツにつってもヤクザの言い分聞くほど連中も暇じゃねえだろう
The thing is like we do have with markets, when like we get like there's I think there's like a Chinese one we get, and we also get an Indian one. And during those, as you could probably guess, like that's where you get like more of like the specialist like teas and stuff. Because the thing that people don't tell you is most of the time when like British people talk about tea, they're mainly talking about like Earl Grey, and then what's referred to as a British breakfast sort of tea. There is a few others that you will see, like green tea, and that you can see. It's just not as common. Normally, when people refer to tea, they're talking just about like mainly just a default brand. So they'll be like, "Oh, PG Tips," or they'll talk about like I've blanked my names now. Tealy, and not as much with Tealy. PG Tips, you have to argue between that and Yorkshire Gold or Yorkshire like tea. Like there's debates between that, and then like, there's even debates technically how to make the tea. Like if you ask me, there's some lunatics that say about putting the milk in first. I personally think they're crazy. And I think that's me being generous, to be honest. I'm just thinking crazy. There's like I've seen people get into fights over tea. Just the same with like also pronouncing certain things like scone and scone. I've seen like arguments with that. It's like all these little things. It's like you also get like there's certain things where like people will try stuff like Marmite, where they'll talk about how like oh Marmite's bad. It tastes really salty. It's bitter. Like I have it and it's like oh it tastes really nice. But it's like most of the people that try like Marmite, instead of trying it how they're supposed to, which is like I've seen people try Marmite and they just like get like a big spoon, get a big spoon of it and like try to eat it and like well the reason you're not enjoying it is you're essentially just got a bunch of concentrate on a spoon and you're trying to eat the spoon. Like ideally, bit of toast, some butter, and then some Marmite. The amount of Marmite, if you want butter or not, that's kind of up to you. It's like ways to dilute the the intensity of the taste, depending how you have it. What his game is, but he and I are going to have to talk. Hey boy. Oh, you're the old guy from last night. Finally, I've been searching for hours. Me? You really got booze, you're wasted. The whole town, one big bar. It was made for drinking. Let me and Kamuji here have been out all night. Yeah, well, glad somebody's having a good time. Good morning. Got a face more sour than a lemon, boy. What's wrong? You got a face more sour than a lemon, boy. What's wrong? Oh, I reread that part. I can't promise much, but I'm happy to lend an ear. It's just that I got a lot going on right now. Alright, anyway, I have a favour I wanted to ask you. Yeah? You mentioned you've been looking for me. Actually, wait. Sorry, but I don't have the time for any of this right now. I'll see you later. Thanks. I just need you to talk to a couple guys. They'll be here soon. They'll also be real angry. You're not even listening. Why should I take care of your problems? That's a great question. Ask them. They're really eager to talk to you, too. Oh yeah, speak of the devil. Here they are now. Alright, Gramps. Is this the kid? Yes, sir. My prized pupil. Sorry, pupil. Then, yeah, yen loan I gave these two deadbeats is way past due. I need it back, and I ain't waiting much longer. Why tell me about it? Wait, you don't expect me to pay, do you? The tip I gave you the other day is worth at least that now. Besides, the debt of the master, or the debt of, you know. Like how they are. And since when are you my master anyway? I don't really give a shit who you are. Just give me my money. Before the big gentleman gets me impatient. Bruno here has got a short fuse, especially for stubborn types. For your own sake, I'll pay up before I got hurt. Hey boy, what now? You think you can take on Big Brother? Fight? Couldn't say for sure, doesn't really matter either way. Because you've got nothing to drag me into your problems. So you think you'll beat... I didn't say that. Look, if you're trying to bait me, I'm not going to work. Yeah, it's your debt. You handle it. That's a letdown. Can't you have gotten spooked over a chum like him? He's bargain bin muscle, dime a dozen, bottom of the barracks. Barracks? What are you even talking about? Hey, what's with this whispering, boy? Are you paying or does this get ugly? Gee, this has nothing to do with me. Okay, alright. I'll pay you the money. Wise choice. I feel terrible, just terrible for all the hassle I've caused. Tell you what, why don't you make it 2 million? You want to pay me double? Like I'm gonna buy that. You're drunk off your hassle, man. I got the money. I'd be happy to give it to you, even on one condition. Yeah, and what's that? You have to take Tank back there, fight us for it. He beats all three of us. The 2 million yours. We win and we don't. You won't think. You're drunk. You're crazy. We're as famous around here for busting heads. All three of you should rush at him at the same time and snap you like a twig. Fighting's gonna be one-on-one. Rules and all. 3 against 1 wouldn't be fair. If you want to take him on solo, well, how if you don't mind me taking the money off your corpse, I'll give you. I'm game. I've got you. That's just lovely. I'll tell you right now, I'm not bailing you out. If you want to get hurt, I would start apologizing now. Was expecting this. I got like a thing for apparently a review I put for something is apparently it's telling me like, oh look, you got over 100 reviews on something you put a review for X amount of years ago. Okay. Some of my fan buds, like that's the email I got. Okay, I'll go first then. Hey, are you listening? Are you sure you want to do this? It'll be fine, just a little workout. You just focus on keeping an eye on the action, boy. Which... seriously? And fight. Oh, he's like Rock Lee, the Drunken Fist style. I'm tired. I remember to eat before I do this stuff. No, actually forget it. Are you okay? You shouldn't push yourself like that. He's fine. I told you, didn't I? The guy didn't land a single punch on him. You're the homeless dude. Bro's barely got a scratch on him. Gonna try to finish the job with those weak ass punches? Yeah. That's why I'm calling rounds as your man, Jill. You know what to do, don't you, boy?
そうだな。
Yeah, I meant it when I said I wouldn't bail you out, but watching him just put me in the mood for a quick round. Right then. On to the second round. You can switch to rush style by pressing evade with multiple quick steps. Okay. I didn't know. They have different modes I can go into. So while he's got a shield up, I guess I power him. Yeah, it just says to defeat him. I was wondering if I had to do anything in particular. Okay, so if I see a hit coming, I just gotta dodge. Does that mean like the other mode was just for doing more heavier damage? And then that one's for being more like avoiding damage? Not too sure. Well, I guess we'll find out. Just happened where I barely got a punch in. Just who the hell are you? Name's Kiryu Dojima family. Which family are you guys from? What? Wait, you're a proper Yakuza? No, sorry, sir, I didn't know. We work for the Tokyo Credit. There's a convenience. I have business for your boss. You need to meet with him as soon as possible. You know where he is right now? The president. He would be at the office at this hour. Let's see. There's a building on Boulevard East. Taihen, I'm not too sure how to pronounce that. Taihani, Boulevard East. Right. I'll pay him a quick visit then. And then it takes care of the little debt of ours, right? Yeah, fine. A deal's a deal. Over here, I will have to cover the difference. That's how our kind of debt collection works. It's a rough world, I tell you. Well, I better get moving. Come on, Bruno, pick it up.
Oi.
Hey, tell me something. Oh? Just who are you? Why approach me? What are you after? Me? Yes, well, people here call me, Bacchus. Bacchus? And I came, to you because I had, an angry thug on my butt. Yeah, not so you to dump him on me. Look, if you're in some trouble, tell me, maybe I can help. That goes for him too. Those want the moves of an amateur. What's the deal? A real silver deal. What is it? He's got a gig sweeter than honey. I'll deal sweeter than honey. I English really good. Okay, real fascinating to watch. You should go and have a look too, boy. Oh. Which on me, Kamoji's job. But he's homeless, right? What kind of work does he do? He's what you call it? A fishing artist. Fisting artist. I was really hoping it was fishing. That's not really my steam. That ain't it. It's Punch Out artist. Yeah, that's a Punch Out artist. Slip of the tongue. Alright, so what's a Punch Out artist? Customer pays a fee, then gets a thrown. Then they get to throw as many punches at me as they like. I don't think I do. I don't think I follow. This some kind of SMM thing? Nah, nothing like that. Come on by and watch if you got questions. I work in Fuku. I don't know. Parking lot. Amaji-kun here got plenty to teach you about fighting, my boy. You'll kick yourself if you don't check it out. Alright, I'll get the picture. Shinshik Fuku. Shinchi. Okay, it's going to take a while to learn that one. I don't think it's that important that I learn it, but she I don't know. Right, I'll swing by if I get time from the Dojima family. Right, I'll be waiting to see you. Well, that takes care of both troubles for today. I suppose I can't convince you to take on the world. The world? What does that even mean? Are you still trying to recruit me into pro fighting or whatever it was? Exactly what it was. You got potential most men can't even dream about. The world champion title could be yours. So I'm not some stray-eyed kid. Who'd fall for that line? If you're looking to scout someone, keep looking. Looking, boy. You keep limiting street fights to street fight, you'll wind up with a knife between your ribs. In some dark alley, that's no way to go. You belong in the light, the spotlight, and I can get you under all the brightest ones. What do you say? You and me versus the world? Yeah, okay. We just met. You're not gonna change your life around because some old geezer asked you to. I get it. I'll give up for now. But that doesn't mean I'm giving up for good. You got room to grow like a tree. I'll keep coaching you along the way. You got skills as a trainer, that much I believe. But I'm really not in the position to be worrying about anyone but myself right now. Sorry, but hey, maybe I'll see you around. Alright, my boy. Just steer clear of dark alleys till then. I hear no knives in those ribs or bullets for that much. For that matter. For it to matter. Are you training to jinx? Are you trying to jinx me? See you later. Backups. Apparently the Tokyo credit president is in his office on Taihi I don't. No chance of me trying to like memorize that. At least I'm free. I do want to abilities. Also, each of these had their own like trees. So I haven't got enough money for those. 400. Nice. Me recover and perform an attack after being knocked to the ground. Probably a good idea to get some food items. Apparently that's how I can heal myself. Oh, this isn't a food place. I do for you. Buy items. Stamina, X and stamina. Charges up your health and heat a little. Let's do that. Oh, so I wanted, actually I just noticed I had weapons too. I don't know how worth the weapons are. I'm not getting the black belt. This is funny, this belt will help put some extra force behind your throws. Metal bat, wooden katana, iron pipe, metal bat, it's looking nice. Secret wallet, killer bee. Equipment, weapon. There you go. I had for some reason like I'm assuming that's more for my camera. I had like a little camera icon. I was wondering like, wait, is it like you could rub stools or something? Eventually I'll bump into someone that's going to fight me. And like when I bump into someone that will fight me, that'll be money. But I don't know what that beep means. I don't see anything. Does that mean there's like potential people I can fight nearby? Looks like it. At least he's been nice and just waiting there for me. Not like they're not actually that hard to like fight with people. If you just like don't care about the combos and stuff. So I'm assuming that beep sound just means that there's like people that will fight me nearby, or that I'm getting noticed by someone. Works out for me. I'm gonna let you run away. What I don't get is, how do I use the weapon? Like, I'm not gonna argue about the fight part. I think I literally did a loop. I'm redone. I literally like did a loop. It's not even the first time in this game I've looped myself. Maybe it's like because like in England you don't really have these kind of like I've heard people like refer to going one or two blocks away or something like that. I never understood what that means. But it's like the thing is, a lot of our streets are not like sort of planned out or like in some kind of square thing, so you can't just say like, oh, go down a block or something like that. You'd normally just say it's about like a few minutes down the road or something like that, or you'll refer to something nearby it. So like if you were talking about like somewhere in town, you go, oh yeah, it's near the McDonald's, it's just like down the road from McDonald's, because that's the way I'll refer to most things. Or if it's like, let's say you want to go to like a new look, you'll go like, oh, it's near Poundland. I understand like someone who's not in the area wouldn't know that. That's where you just get into more like just directions. Be like, ah, take a left from this point, then just keep going down, and it's like your second or third, you know. Again, most people aren't asking for directions. It's rare that comes up. Especially these days where like most of the time people are just on their like phones anyway. Order food. Let's see your menu. Here it is. Please let me know if you're ready to order. Curry is like one of my favorite like dinners to have. I'm not sure if this place has it, but like, no, I guess not. Don't know how you identify which shops are which, but I do want to find whichever. I think there is Gamba in this game, and I want to find Gamba. I think this is just a grocery shop. I assume this is where I can get supplies that I can take with me. Oh no, it's this way. Oh, it's alcohol. Craft beer. Almost too drinkable. Here it says cut lemonade. Plus it has a unique sweet fragrance. Love the vicious pictures of drinks. Oh, you have a macchiato, whatever. Then single malt whiskey was born at the crossroads of tradition, and sure, why not? No, just have a drink. I'll find out where the Gamba is. I think actually one of the lieutenants apparently is at the gambling place, wherever that is. I believe there's the map here. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't just do that. Arcade, popular games, bowling alley. Low-key want to do that a little bit. Not really too interested in the karaoke. Don't know if me watching videos is going to be a good idea. But darts. Pressure battle skills here. This is where we are currently. Mahjong. I don't know how that game works. What's this one up here? Okay, it's a closer arcade. What's this Sega store? Sega one. I can't seem to go into it. Oh, if I go up, I'll see it. Also, I think these are people I can fight, I think. Maybe. Might as well get some more money before going to the arcade. I don't know, my phone just keeps on like buzzing every now and then. It's like they're generous and don't like to get in the way too much. There you go, just get a focus on him. Oh god. Well, she got a kick off. Random email again. Assume that's to tell me the people are nearby, right? Fight me. I get people's attention if I bump into them. I don't know where these people are. Oh, here's these ones. I don't know where the guy from my right spawned from. There you go. I think it's just money I'm getting out of them. So how do I switch like weapons or something? I'd like to go to the arcade, but it's not letting me. I guess that's maybe like locked behind a story thing. Like that's the only thing that makes sense to me, right? Are these people to fight? Guess not. Oh wait, I know you. Oh, perfect. And they're all grouped up and together. I like it when they start getting scared and they kind of just like quiver up in the corner. But I don't know, like with this like third guy, you'd see like your two friends get their ass kicked, and you're there going, I think I could take them on. Oh, was it maybe to do with like the battery? I know like a typical thing for phones tend to be like the battery starting to die on them. I remember I had like with one of my phones where like the battery on it was going from like 99% to suddenly 30 to suddenly like 1%, then it suddenly had like 20% the batteries like jumping up, and this is like ages ago.
ちょっと下がらその顔が気に食わねえ目障り
It's like I literally had it as this is like when I went to London before. I was like see my dad up there, and it was like I had planned to go into like inner London, or like the main part of London, right? And it was just like when I went to go up there. Well, cool, last hit. But yeah, I went to go out with my sister, and then like she ended up like, well, my phone was like playing up, just constantly dying. I also had before as well, where like I went out with my sister, because we were supposed to go up for, we were supposed to go to Rochester from London, because I was looking at university. Oh, that's good then. At least you're home though. It's basically I was supposed to go to Rochester. My sister dragged me out of London to go somewhere else, and then we almost got like made to pay for extra ticket. Well, we got made to pay for extra tickets, but we got told we could have got like massive fines instead, because we went out of London on the wrong tickets, and then was trying to go to where we wanted to go with the right tickets. But yeah. It would be like just about avoid like a fine. At least you're home now. That's not too bad. I've been trying to keep home as much as possible, especially with like the more colder weather. Oh. But I feel like I was thinking there may be an issue with the battery, just because like that's normally like a fail point for most phones. But I didn't realize there'd be like any like chip damage to the chip. Unless he means like I don't know too much about phones, so I'm assuming it's like he may I don't know, maybe it's like the chip that the ribbon connects to, or maybe like there was some kind of like stuff that got into the phone maybe and caused damage to it. I know like with like some places where when you have like water damage, for example, they just refuse to even look at it. The thing is like I find like you can normally find a way to fix something, or you would have like you can always go into like a third party repair shop, and they normally have a way of like fixing most things. But the shame part is that you get like I know with like Apple, where they make it where I think it's like with their camera and their fingerprint scanner bit. I don't know about other parts of the phone, but apparently like, if they identify like third-party parts, then it can like make it so it's like just doesn't work. That was an issue when I was like looking into getting like an iPhone like X upwards, because like a lot of the phones I've seen were refurbished, and they talked about how like the face scan wasn't going to work because of it. Oh, I see. The thing is like well, it's like if it was, there's a repair shop near me where it's like if I wanted to have the battery changed out, they would like, if it was about, I think the way they price it, I've only gone there for a battery change and to get my device cleaned, and it's like to get the device cleaned was 20 quid, and when I had a battery change it was about 50. It's better than when I got like a Samsung Galaxy 8, and I've also got a Fold 4. And it's like I got quoted before because like my Samsung Galaxy 8 had like a slight crack in it. This is a phone I had for like ages. I didn't need it anymore, so I just gave it to my mum instead. But like with the Samsung Galaxy 8, they quoted me it would cost me about 300 to get the screen repaired on it. I'm like, nah, not worth it. It's more than the phone costs. And again, this was like nearer to the date it came out. To be fair, it'd probably be a lot cheaper now. It only depends on the phone and stuff like that. Especially with like some newer phones as well, where they tend to super glue like a lot of the parts to make it like, well, they say it's to make it more waterproof and stuff like that. I personally think it's like more, you know, to make it harder to repair, so you just buy new instead. Yeah. Well, things when I changed my phone, 'cause I had the Samsung Fold 4 is what I was using before, right? And I switched to the Samsung 20 is the newest one that I'm aware of Samsung phones, right? Um, and it was like I was upgrading, and I got told like, oh, you upgrade, you like you don't have to worry about paying off the rest of your previous like thing. 'Cause there was only like a little bit left to pay it off, right? And they said it'll just switch to a new contract and we'll go from there. And then I got it, and they'd charged me for both contracts. I technically need to go in to talk to them about that, but it's just like I keep like pushing it away because it means I'd have to like if I remember it when I'm out is one thing. Another thing is having ID. Yeah, it's the 25 Ultra. Because the thing is, like, this is also the phone that when I called up my ISP and they are like I said about issues with the internet, they went, "Are you sure the phone's just not able to connect to newer Wi-Fi?" And I'm like, "I doubt it." But I can get just to double check. I know it's like the newest one, but I'll just for argument's sake, I'll just quickly the about phone. Yeah, S25 Ultra. And I was getting told like, "Are you sure like can connect to like newer Wi-Fi, or like 5G and stuff like that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm very sure it can." Something tells me most phones at this point would be able to. It's like, even if something uses like maybe like an older, older version of like an adapter or something inside the phone. I think most phones now come out with like some elements as like kind of basic, especially flagship phones, which tend to like have more like things in it. If you ask me, like some flagship phones literally add in extra features just so they can charge you more. Yeah, I know. It's like when I was like trying to get them to like fix my internet issues, and it was like, in according to what I like found out, it was because my Wi-Fi adapter was like too strong for my router. So instead of like advising maybe get a better router or something like that, or there is like ways on their side to I think it was like when I was looking up it was like trying to tell me to do some stats, but I couldn't see the options on my smart bot or my smart whatever they call my router, my default one. And it's like then I was like seeing, oh, there's ways I can do it on my computer, but I don't really want to lower like the efficiency of my Wi-Fi adapter just to like connect to it with weak like I want to connect to it as strong as possible. I want to actually get what I'm actually supposed to get. But yeah, like I ended up fixing my one by just getting like an additional like it's like a modem that I plug into my router. So then the rest of my family is on the default one, and then my one is the router that like plugs into. Uh, so like or like a modem that plugs into the router. So it's like the modem I got is basically like apparently is able to pick up my internet. Yeah, the thing is like the thing is, I'm someone who prefers like Samsung phones. The only reason I was looking into like an iPhone like X and upwards was just for VTuber studios, just because the face tracking with iPhone X and upwards phones have I can't remember, it's a technology that's kind of exclusive to Apple, I believe. Which VTuber Studio has like a thing where you can connect your phone via Wi-Fi, and then basically, uh, if you have like anything from iPhone X upwards, it will uh, be more useful for like a VTuber model. So I thought about like essentially just getting like an iPhone just for like the VTuber like model, and then like uh, as I'm looking at them, like they're going like, because like a lot of the ones I was seeing that were cheaper were like all refurbished ones, and the danger with like refurbished is if it's like a refurbished camera, for example, then there is like a good chance that the feature has been disabled, like then lessening like the yeah. The thing is like, because Samsung would probably not be too bad in the sense like obviously like a newer Samsung phone is going to be like practically as good as an Apple phone. The only difference is I think it's like Apple have currently a technology that's exclusive. I assume it's like they're patented it, and they use it probably exclusively for their phones. Is what my guess is, and that's probably like why it's like that, or it could be to do with like it comes to VTuber studios, like maybe where they've only made like a plugin for Apple, maybe like the developers of it, so it depends on the person. Like some people like will more specialize in like Apple stuff, because Apple tries to keep you into their ecosystem to a degree. Same does like most other companies. Like you have like Microsoft will do the same, where when you get Microsoft, they're trying to give you like, oh, here's Microsoft Office, and his why not use like Edge, and it's just like I don't know if it's like to do with like where the companies have like but it's just like when it comes to VTuber like studio, like I was hoping to like because like a part of my issue when it comes to like, my setup currently, like on tier list, like best for VTuber Studio is to have an Apple phone, and preferably anything from X upwards. From my research into it, they recommended like if you wanted a budget one, probably going for like iPhone 13, 14. Apparently, like for the value slash the quality of the camera is not bad, as from what I heard. But if you just want like the cheaper option, iPhone X. And then it's like the next best is using like a webcam with the broadcast like software. Like, like that's not actually too bad, because I think that would work out to like, well, it's like I think with my phone that I got right now, I pay about, I think, well, with this phone, not including the fact that I get charged for the other phone still, it was, I don't know if I can find it, if I go on to my bill app, I've been waiting for like my bills to come out, because I have like, on my last phone, I bought insurance with it, and that's what makes that bill so expensive, which is also more the reason why I need to go in there to cancel the insurance and cancel, uh, like ask if they can cancel that phone or something. Uh, let's see, like for just the Ultra 25 Ultra, right? If I can find, it comes off as a weird name, like how they bill me. I always like think it's like G2A randomly. Yeah, so like this device, like as in just this phone, cost me about £26. So I think that would be about $40, something like that, or like somewhere around like $40 off the top of my head. And like I've had that since like last August, I think it was. Maybe in September. 'Cause I think it was like August, September is when I. No, I think it was like mid-August is when I got it. Oh, my controller turned off again. I got like a TeamU controller, TeamU headset, and to be honest, they work. The headset is actually really durable, and it's like the headset I've literally like dropped from the top of the stairs and then no damage. And also this one has a thing where I can switch between Bluetooth and dongle mode, so if it's charged up, I can just take it around and stuff. The sound quality on it is like okay. It came with a mic, but the mic was not good, so I just used the mic I've always had. Cause I got like a Blue Yeti that I normally use, and then I haven't used it in years, but I got like a Razer microphone as well. Okay, it's like with my Blue Yeti, right? It was literally a case of like I was supposed to get a Snowball. Is a lesser quality mic, right? But what happened was they actually sent me the wrong one. So when the seller like messaged me asking me which one I received, I was like, oh, I got the Snowball. Maybe something went missing in transit. Maybe talk to the postman or something. And then or like the post people, and it just like that was like the end of it from them. And then it was like years later, I wanted to upgrade. Like an issue with my Blue Yeti, if I just take off like the broadcast software, is it kind of picks up too much. I'm forgetting my terminology of mics here. But you get like a condenser mic, you get a ribbon mic, because there's like roughly 3 types of mics from what I remember off the top of my head, and there's a dynamic mic. So this one I believe is considered a dynamic mic. So the thing is like if you were like playing drums, you'd have this next to like the drums, hearing like the big loud like noises. Yeah, I don't mind having a look at it. Like, I think right now I got like, I've actually set up all my, I've set up for like YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. They all have like different like stream qualities I send to them. Because I was like looking up on that, and it was like, I was basically like looking up like the best bit rate, like the sort of bit rate that they run at, or like max bit rate. So it's one of those things of like, as long as I'm not dropping frames, I should be okay. I'm not sure if I'm able to. I don't know why it's not letting me leave that there. They not letting me leave this side of the screen. That's confusing. There you go, now it lets me. If I... let's see, I want to go on... Where is it? Like, when you stream, I'm just like quickly checking to make sure it hasn't got like anything like stream key or something on there. I gotta log into it. I don't know why, but Twitch has like got me recently to log into a bunch of like sort of like stuff recently. Let's see. I don't see anything too important there. Let's just grab this tab, and I think the game's on top of it, so I can't see it. It's like flashes it, but it doesn't let you see it. Yeah, I actually had it earlier. The wallpaper didn't want to load. But earlier from now, I basically had where it actually loaded up like a family picture instead. Uh, with that, it's more to do with like me having I don't know if I'm able to like. I need to like see an OBS if it's actually showing up or not. Alright, it is. If I go on to that'll put me on to right. No, it won't. Game overview, plot guide, web browser, control setting. Never mind. I was hoping to go on to my thing, which progress, no, notes, clock. If I go on to so I got like basically wallpaper engine. It basically lets you have like a bunch of custom ones, so you can have like animated like wallpapers and stuff like that. It's also good in case like if you have like a personal picture as your wallpaper, if you haven't switched it out, and then you can have kind of like random stuff like for your like wallpapers. I would go through it, but there is like some not safe for work ones as well. Also, what I will do is in game wise, I'm actually gonna save quickly because of where I tabbed out. Well, I want to try fixing it, but I'll quickly fight these people. Men in black. Oh, these people seem stronger. Hi, D-Tan. I'm gonna try quickly going into settings and go out and in to full screen. That'll fix it. There you go. I was worried that I had like tab out to fix or like I just switched to full screen. There's Men in Black though seem to be kind of suspicious. I wonder if they have something to do with like the person who got killed. And quick, I also get a drink when it does this. Hello. There's like surround sounds. Wow, that's really cool. It's just like people come in just like go, wait, who's in with you? And just like, oh no. Like it's been like a while since, cause I stopped trusting having like speakers when I had a thing before where like I'd watch like obviously not the best things when I was younger, and I'd have it going for the speaker, and people in my like house would just be like, "Wait, what are you watching?" I'd like to know how I can use a pipe. Oh, the thing that's like very similar to like I I have like when my mum goes like past my room, she's always asking who I'm talking to, and like I'll say, oh, I'm streaming, so I'm like talking to chat, or if I'm talking to a friend, I'll be like, oh, I'm just talking to X, Y, or Z, and then my mum would just go like, oh, how do you know them? And like they're going like, oh, well, I just know them for either like in case they're a friend, it'd be like, oh, from college or from work or something. Just like something here is like it's sometimes like, wait, when did this person get it?
信じられねえ。まさかここまでたどり着くかよ。
あとはあんただけだ社長。じっくり話を聞かせてもらう。
話？何の話だ？
今さらとぼけだって時間の無駄だ。なぜ俺をはめた？あんたの目的は何だ？
I think it was someone higher up that set this up.
わかった。全部話す。だからちょっと待ってくれ。俺はあんたをはめる気なんてなかった。ただ人から頼まれた通りに動いただけだよ。あんたにあの場所で取り立てさせるようにって。
そいつを頼んだのは誰だ？
その人は。あ。
クゼの兄貴。まさかあんたが俺を。
何の話だねえ社長さん。桐生、お前何やってんだ？あ？殺に実するように言ったはずだろう。寝ぼけたことやってんじゃねえぞ。
I assumed it was someone like setting me up.
やっぱちょっとなまってんな。
I wish I knew some.
ガキのしつけなんざ一発で済んだんだがよ。
I can ask them if, like, if they know like random British terms.
この若いのに説教し
Like, I feel like some of those like terms people already know.
ごゆっくり。
I would try and pick an accent for like a different British accent, but to be honest, I don't trust myself on that. I tend to re-suck at trying to copy accents. I end up just kind of merging a bunch. It's like the way people referred to like my like voice before. I don't know if it's accurate or not, but like when I was talking to some friends, they said I sounded a little bit between like a Somerset accent and a Wiltshire accent with a bit of like influence from like watching like some Americans and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't know how accents really truly work. Things like my family call me like posh, well, more particularly my cousins. Maybe because like a Somerset accent is like seen as like a more posh bit because Somerset's like a more richer area part of like nearby. Me?
極道なんてまともに育ったやつの方が少ねえ。孤児だからって恥じる必要はねえぞ。ただな、風間の頭もえげつねえ真似をするよな。
どういう意味ですか？
拾ってきたガキに育てた恩着せてよ。今じゃ立派にあの人の玉よけになってるじゃん。
Even the boy
おめえと錦
like
山。
even shields for him.
頭のためなら命も惜しくねえってよ。こういうの洗脳って っていうのか。
そろそろ本題に入ってもらえませんか、クゼの兄貴。あんたの話はさっぱり先が見えね
It's one that says like, I like the accent too. If I could, I'd love to live in like Japan. Wow. I hear that like living in Japan can be rough because like a lot of the paperwork and stuff, especially like with banks and stuff, can be a bit difficult. So I'm like there going like, I'm not sure if I want more like paperwork. But at the same time, though, like if I could like live in Japan but not work in Japan, if that makes sense, like I would love to do that.
お前そいつを頭から探り出せ。うまくやりゃ組での将来を俺が約束してやる。あの人まさかお前に裏切られるとは思ってねえからな。
I think like what I will do like soon is I'm gonna get the Japanese learning game I saw, and then just have like it probably would just be a stream or more hopefully, but I just like do that as like a way of like hopefully learning some words.
え。やっぱりあんたが俺をはめたんだな。
さあな。ただこの話を蹴りゃおめえは確実に無所行きだ。俺につくか、もう先のねえ風間につくか。
There you go. Well, apparently I didn't mute it. That's fine. Yeah, I heard like about it being like a lot cheaper and stuff like that. I have heard about like getting somewhere like to rent or to like live can be a bit hard sometimes, at least for like permanent residents. I heard like banks can be really hard. Someone I spoke to told me about how if you got like middle names, that some banks just will refuse to do you like a bank or a Japanese bank because of middle names of how they. I don't think middle names are a thing in Japan. I don't know, but from what I understand, like apparently that can like affect it as well. And then also, so with like some of the stuff that's going on in Japan right now, it's probably not like the best time for it as well. Not mention like I want to be like, if not partially capable of making a sentence, at least capable enough of like uh just knowing like when I was watching, I think it was Chris Abroad, I don't think like yeah, when I was watching Chris Broad, he was saying about how if you're coming to Japan, about like knowing some of the common phrases and like things, just so you can like get around well, like slightly easier. But he also said like about how depending on where you are as well, it'd be easier to communicate. It's like if you're in like a sort of main city like Tokyo, like to a degree, like a lot of people speak like English just because like there's a lot of tourists there. Uh, but like if you're in a more rural part of Japan, I heard that it can be a bit harder with like uh, so obviously people not knowing any English, and you then have to kind of like balance out a little bit with uh, sort of you have to learn stuff at the same time. Like I think when it came to like Chris Broad, he was really lucky because he came around the time where like uh, he was able to be like a teacher, sort of learn the language while he's there, and you know, I think he was learning it probably beforehand, but I assume so. But it's like he was able to like make a living for himself there. And I'd love to like live there. I just don't really want to be like tied to like having to work there. 'Cause I know work culture like there can be pretty intense. I think also for America it can be pretty tense to be honest as well. Uh, I heard about like there's like this American that came to Britain about like 10 years ago. He's got a YouTube channel called like Edinger, Evan Edinger, I think his like YouTube channel's name, and he like talks about his like differences between like the US and the UK from like moving from like New Jersey to London. Uh, and he talks about like work culture things. So like uh, I don't. So he said that it's not in the States, but I'm assuming it kind of depends on what state you're in, maybe, or something like that, or states might have like laws around it. But he talked about like maternity leave, holiday pay, like sick pay and stuff like that. Yeah, it's like when he like said he was moving, I was actually kind of sad. Cause I was like there going like, oh, we had like one of the biggest YouTubers in the UK, and then he had to leave. I was like so sad. Guys, like there again, like I'm happy that he's gonna move somewhere he's happy, alright. But I was also there going like I kind of liked being able to go like, we have one of the top YouTubers here, and it's like then it's like you start thinking about YouTubers you know off the top of your head, like top of your head, and you're like, got KSI, I guess, and it's like, yeah, KSI. It'd be cool if we had like a lot more. The thing is like for like a lot of the bigger like channels in the UK, they tend to just like group up into their little bubbles. Then you also had like Pyrocynical, I think moved to Australia, so like that was another big YouTuber going. The thing though is you get like because something I actually saw just recently. Um, so we have this like thing called Ofcom, which is like a kind of it's supposed to regulate stuff like so BBC. uh, and like apparently they were talking about uh, how the BBC, how being run right now, can't survive because um, it's like the BBC like for the longest time has just tried to pretend as if the internet isn't real and that everyone's watching TV, uh, and then yeah, oh I love those days, like and then with like the diss tracks as well. Or like when he first like started playing Minecraft and you just like see him like learning to play the game. Uh oh god. I love how like he had a Cocomelon one, but that one didn't last long. Like YouTube was like, no, we can't do this again. Uh it's just like I love Hugo so much. I understand like now he's like more focused on his family life and that's obviously probably better for him. Like he's got the money where like he doesn't really have to worry too much about like anything, but I like how he still does stuff as well. uh, and also how he's like uh, been going into these like new things of like for example playing around like Linux and stuff like that. With Dream, I actually don't know too much with him. It's like I heard odd things of him. So it's like I heard that. Well, I remember like when he did his face reveal, a lot of memes with it, and then I remember hearing that he had cheated on a speed run. Yeah, because I heard that he like cheated on a speed run, and then I heard there was something between him and like I think it was Tommy in it or something like that, where they apparently were having they had an argument, and then I heard like an allegation about Dream as well. I don't know if that's true or not. It's one of those things of like I think right about the time that was happening, I was watching. Uh, was that around the time when SM I think it's like SMP Live, wasn't it? I might be. I'm not sure it's around the same time or not. Uh, like, uh, like that's when you had like the Call Me cast and sort of stuff. Uh, 'Cause, like uh, I was always like confused with that one 'cause it went from I guess I don't like know all of it, right? But you had like the Call Me Carson, where like it went from he was uh so it was like 2019. uh, the thing is like with like you also had with like Tommy in it like I didn't even like pay attention to him much. Okay, it was like with Tommy in it. Like I remember seeing some really funny like clips from him, and I remember like seeing that like there was something Tommy and it was um, it would have been one of his like big things I imagine. It's like we go on to like uh YouTube and just like that's probably for the I remember like Tommy in it has his own like I'm forgetting like so much. I just okay, it's already muted. Okay. It's like I'm trying to see where his like popular video it'd be easy just to go like this and like extend this out. If I go on like most popular, uh, so I think I remember like oh yeah, I remember Wilbur. I remember like wasn't there something with Wilbur where I think it was to do with his girlfriend biting her or something. I'm not too sure what that was. Maybe it was like pretty bad. I think it was. I remember like the things with like first my controller dying on me again. The controller I got is like it's okay, but the problem is like if it doesn't get an input soon enough, it just like turns off. I've seen some of like Tommy and it stuff though. I can't remember what ones it was. I imagine it would be like uh nothing lately. I do know that I heard that he's like switched content at one point. 'Cause, like he was before doing like Minecraft videos like daily or something like that. Daily or something. It was like he was doing like constant Minecraft. I think he wanted to switch up a little bit. Can't actually remember now. Oh, like Technoblade. I miss him so much. I was really sad uh, when I heard that he'd passed. It's like wow. It's like when Technoblade like passed away. I just couldn't believe it for like a solid like while. It's like uh, it like also wasn't too long from when I had like started. Uh, it's like uh, I wasn't like OG Technoblade. I was kind of like came in when he started playing with. I think he was. I can't remember if it's in SP Live or if he was in. He was in something. I remember like seeing that he was with someone else I was watching and started watching him from there. And then I missed it because like I started watching through all his older videos and stuff like that because I like run out of his newer videos to like watch. But it's like you get all these things where it's like part of like them makes uh yeah because even like I used to watch like J Slat like religiously and then like that changed into like uh sort of every now and then and now I only watch clips of J Slat instead or like with Call Me Carson I used to watch him all the time and then suddenly it just stopped. Yeah, it's just like you can't like trying to like imagine what his like dad must have been like at that time. And the thing is, like, I believe Technoblade wanted like the channel to continue as well, even when he was gone. Because like I think I remember in the video talking about like how it was one of the things helping their like to support their family and stuff like that. And yeah, it was like really sad when that happened. I was like, yeah, I did like at the time, right? I didn't know he was fighting cancer or anything. I was like, uh, I'm shocked to find out he was fighting cancer. It's like when we used to have, I don't know if you'd know this. Go back on. I could probably do it on here. Oh, I know they were. I don't know if you remember like this at all, like Ed's World. Uh, but this is like the guy who made like Eddsworld. It was really popular, but sadly he like passed away in like 2012. It's just like it was like really sad with him as well, because he like put he asked his friend to like carry on, like being Tomska, to carry on with like Eddsworld, but I think it was like managing that much at the time like didn't help, and like he was like having his own issues as well, along with just losing his friend. Well, the thing is, like with Technoblade, like I think he was in. May have been watching him through Tom Yennett first, and then I think it was like maybe Tom Yennett, or it may have been someone from SMP live. I think it was, and then it was like when it came to it, I remember after watching or like seeing him in that, finding him really funny, and then I found his like Bed Wars and stuff like that, and then it just like started watching those, and it just like his kind of like uh energy he carried was just really funny and really fun to watch. Yeah, well, because this is probably like this one's obviously a bit more older, but it's like uh he had like an animated series he'd been like doing for YouTube for I can't remember like I don't know exactly when it started. Uh, oh, sorry, I got a call. Sorry, I had my mum call me. I asked if she could drop something off in town. She's just giving me an update where she was. Uh, but yeah, the thing was like he had cancer. He beat cancer, and then after beating cancer, it came back really aggressively and killed him. And it was like he basically passed away from that, um, which obviously was really sad. And then uh, it's one of those things like his best friend was like Tom from Tomska. I don't know like all the stuff. 'Cause I remember like this is like kind of like over like multiple years. Had like sort of continuous like effects, right? But he had like so Tomska like he used to look like this, and it was like he started having all these like not even just related to his friend passing away, but also kind of like some life issues and some. I think he described it before as like some mental issues. He started gaining weight, and then I think he's actually looking slightly better now. But he used to like, yeah, 'cause this is what he looks like now. But yeah, it's one of those things of you could like see he's like he went through a lot when his friend like passed away, and then all the pressure that it got put on him when he was trying to like carry on his friend's dream, uh, or like trying to carry on what his like, friend asked him to. But yeah, the thing is just that you get like these YouTubers that like they pass away and stuff like that, and it's just really sad to hear. Like, I kind of wish, obviously, that no one would die, but uh, it's kind of like it, it's one of those things that it's going to happen, but it's just kind of sad that it does. Even more so if it's like unexpected.
だが返事は今だ。この場でしろ。
くせな兄貴。
なんだ。
あんた賢いつもりで立ち回ってるんだろうが、全然器じゃねえよ。
何？
俺のこともおやっさんのことも。あんたは何も分かっちゃいねえ。
ガキが。この俺を敵に回すのか？本当にその覚悟があんだろうな。
覚悟ならありますよ。
The thing is just like, yeah, yeah, it's like when it comes to like passing away, like it's always like a sad thing. Because like normally I try to keep out of like the sad stuff, but I'm really bad at expressing like it. Like I've had like one of my co-workers before told me about how their like nan passed away, and about how work was making them still come into work. Uh, this is like I think in the first year and a bit of me working. I'm gonna just click so it starts beeping. But it's basically like with my work, for example. Before it used to be like you'd hear about someone like passing away, as in like a co-worker's like parent, not really parents. I know there was one parent that passed away at one point, but like the company I worked for refused to give people days off, like for that. And, I think like there was an exception of one of them. I think where like they gave them 3 days off, but then told them they had to come back within 3 days. Yeah, but it's just one of those things like uh, you just don't expect people with cancer to actually pass away. Like you kind of just assume like, oh, they'll make a recovery, they'll be fine, they'll be okay, don't have to worry about it. And then it's like that's where obviously it doesn't. Yeah, I don't know. I had a burp just then. Sorry, but it's like when it comes to uh, like sort of like cause cancer is one of those ones where like you know sometimes you don't even know you have cancer. Like in the case of my granddad, I remember like I was quite young at the time, but I remember like they like worked out he had a cancer. They thought that was like the cause for him like passing away, but it was not until like he passed away and they did autopsy and they found out he had three different cancers uh, that apparently was like affecting him. Like I got told like his last like it was one of the things that made me happy hearing about is like uh well happy I wouldn't say happy. It's like um is I got told about like what he did before, like where he was still getting treated, and like he was apparently uh remembering his time like in the army. uh so he was like he thought he got kidnapped by the Germans. Good thing is like he had like a ton of siblings, right? And he used one of his siblings like IDs to join the war like a lot earlier than he should have been. He didn't actually go along. I think it's like I heard that he only got shot in the leg and they took him back. Is what I was told. But to be honest, I got told he didn't want to speak much about his service during World War Two. Because I got told that he'd apparently uh, not completely changed, but apparently like the way he was afterwards was very silent about it. Thank you. The thing is, like, I heard like before he passed about how in the hospital because he thought he was like kidnapped. He apparently was trying to make a grenade in the hospital. Like he thought the Germans had like kidnapped him, or like had gotten him, and he was like trying to make a bomb inside the hospital. And I remember like as a kid, I heard that, and I was like there going like, wait, what? As well as I got told he'd apparently grabbed a nurse and tried using them as like a hostage to try getting out as well. But I might like I feel like those stories are probably a bit like exaggerated because when I got told that by my mom, I was like I didn't know if like like uh, my grandfather like was like strong enough really to do some of that stuff. Also, may your grandfather sort of rest in peace as well. the thing is, it's like, I went to a memorial in, it was, I want to say it was in either Belgium or it was in France. I went on like a tour when I was in school, and they had this like database where you could search up like people that like did service in World War Two. But the thing is, like, I didn't know at the time, like, 'cause my mom tell me about her side of the family was like always a bit like pieces rather than an answer. Like, whenever I would like ask about like, oh, what's 'cause I didn't know what a maiden name was. So I asked what a maiden name is. She's like, oh, it's Weber. And then I asked like, oh, so that's your mum, but what about like, uh, sort of her mum and stuff like that? And she's like, beyond her mum and like her dad, she like apparently didn't like any of her other like uncles or aunts or cousins. So apparently, just like for the most part, kept away from them. And it's like she like didn't really know most of them. 'Cause, like there's a point where I was trying to look up like family trees to see like who I was related to and how that like sprawled out. Because like my dad's side of the family, they are pretty up to date with it, like or, like somewhat. They're basically like constantly like updating. They have like two people in the family that's constantly like writing down any like information and like adding it to like a big like family tree. And then it's like my mum's side of the family. Uh, Apparently, like it was quite the opposite. A lot of family didn't like each other, and they just refused to like talk to or communicate with each other. So like the family tree on my mum's side is a bit like fractured. But like I remember, like I wanted to know more about like my family tree. I got Nishiki calling. I'll find a phone and call him back. I love like at least the enemies here, they make it relatively easy. But there's like something I got told about like where I live when it comes to World War Two. Vending machine. It's a really expensive. It was really expensive. But like where I live, oh, mainly for money, which I just spent like probably what they gave me straight on that machine, if not more. Where I live, is like they wouldn't bomb where I live right now because of at the time or around about the time, a building around me. It was like one like they use it as like a guide to bomb or like get to London and Southampton to like bomb them. From what I understand, so it's like because of that, like people were like apparently making Spitfires in their houses or outside here, and then like taking the parts up to Southampton for it to like sort of be like I assume it'd be to assemble it and to use it.
そいつは直接会ってから話す。
分かった。なら俺は柏木さんと風間組で待ってるからすぐ来てくれ。実はな、
Yeah, we're allied. It was like US, UK, France.
クゼの兄貴からさっき聞かされたばかりだ。
Forgetting
どうや
countries
ら
now.
柏木さんは
In France, you had
何かのお見通しらしい。
Spain, I think.
俺もすぐそっちに向かう。
I think Portugal definitely. We have a treaty with them. Yeah, I think Spain. I might be getting mixed up here because, like, to be honest, like some countries changed allies during that as well. Yeah, I think like the big when it came to like the main axes, I think it was Russia, UK, US, France, and then like there were other countries. I was gonna double check this because I don't want to get like too wrong. Like technically, I know like, during the war, Italy switched, which is where like there's like some jokes like linked to Italy for switching on a dime, and then at the same time you've got jokes of like France with like how they got rolled like pretty quickly. Okay, Google. List the allies from World War II.
The main Allied powers were Soviet Union, United States, United Kingdom, China, France, Free French Forces. Other contributing nations.
That has like a massive list of like nations that were there as well. But to be honest, I didn't actually know about China. Actually, I guess it makes sense because at that same time, Japan was attacking China, as in like that's where you get like I think it was not that one, but you had like I believe the Japanese tend not to talk about this one, but you have get the name of this. There was like when Japan was basically taking over part of China, there was a slaughter that happened. I can't remember the name of it was, but like the Japanese government tried to hide it because it was really brutal. I can't remember what it was. Yeah, so like originally I think it was like the three main like annex powers was like Italy, Germany and Japan. But it's just like it's like when they were expanding, you'd have like Germany would kind of go to a country and be like, you either join us or we're taking you over, sort of thing. So it's like Germany kind of would like either have to fight to take over a country or it made them join them in it. But the main three ones I believe was like Japan, Italy and Germany. Which to be honest, like Germany did really well in the World War. And to be honest, like because I know when it came to Germany, it was split between like the West and the East, like theater, I believe, and it's like I think it was the West theater actually like had the most deaths combined. Like I was watching a video that talked about like the deaths just in like in is it Strat? I can't remember like the name where it's basically when you had Stalin, he apparently refused to let people retreat, including civilians, from what I understand. So the thing was like, yeah, well, the thing is like when it comes to it, right? Because World War II kind of came out from World War One, from what I understand. Okay, it's like World War One happened from there was a diplomat that got shot, and then there was apparently like that caused there was like a small incident causing a World War One because every country had alliances with each other, so every country was rubbing each other in. And then you had with World War Two, it was a case of like, so I think it was to do with like when we won in World War One, we put all of these restrictions on Germany. That made it really hard to live in Germany as like a kind of punishment for causing a war, like World War. But the problem is like when you literally got like nothing you do is worth anything, and you can't afford to do anything, and you can't even afford to feed like your family or anything, or and stuff like that, it tends to make people a lot more like not really care about like everyone else. It becomes about yourselves, right? So the thing is, like, I don't think it's bad to love your country. I think it's a perfectly fine thing to do. But the problem is, like, you can get that can go too far, and you can then start like claiming that for your country you need to like expand it. I think it's like Germany was like a weird thing of where like a lot of people were down barely able to afford like to live because of all the restrictions that got put onto it by other countries. And then on top of that, you had like uh, Hitler, which was like a very like forget what the word is, like when you're like a charismatic like character. So it was kind of like a mixture of like those two together. And then also I think it's like originally it actually tried with a different party. I think it was to take over. I might be wrong on these facts, so if anyone wants to fact check me, that's fine. Uh, but from what I understand, it's like you had someone that was like very charismatic and knew how to play around with like the laws, and you had like everyone that was feeling down because they could barely afford to pay for themselves, let alone as like the cost of living and not being able to get any food and stuff because people were trying to repair from the war, and you can't. There's like a bunch of limits, right? Then it's from what I understand. Then you had, uh, uh, well, like from there I'm not too sure because it's like somehow Hitler gained enough power to the point where he became like I guess the Führer of Germany, and then I think with some of the resentment from World War One mixed in with some probably personal resentments, he probably used that towards uh, going into World War Two, and I think those personal like resentments also kind of led to why he hit Poland first. I say first. Actually, I think he attacked other places first. Poland, I think, was just like the starting line, right? So it's like I think it was like I know at the time you had like I think what there was like warnings sent out to Germany before they attacked Poland, telling them not to do any more, and I think they just kept on going. And eventually, an actual. I'm not too sure of all the details. Like it's like I know random things, but I don't know enough about like what German law was around then or like anything about it to really know how exactly it happened. Like I was watching a comedian just yesterday, and he talked about how so he's from Germany. His grandfather worked uh, either his grandfather or his great grandfather. I'm not sure which one it was in World War Two on the German side, and he said about how he'd gone over to Stalingrad, which is a very bloody place, a lot of deaths from there. He apparently got shot, taken prisoner, and then after I think the war, or at some point, he came back to Germany, and like apparently, so he was working inside as uh, a soldier on Germany's side, and he had no idea apparently about the concentration camps. Yeah, sure, we can continue. Have a nice time. I said my try to like die on me as well. But yeah, have a nice dinner. Well, have some nice food. Bye. Gonna do like beat up small delinquents. I don't know how you would use like items unless that you kind of just pause the screen to do so. I'm trying to switch modes, but I don't know how I switch them. Also, I should probably try like using my special. Also, I'm gonna quickly save here. I'm gonna like.
お金さっきので全額なんです。嘘つくんじゃねえ。もっとあんだろ。何言ってるんですか。
I want to quickly just save there. Oh, I can intervene and stuff like this. Goofs.
何なんだ。
I assume the other ones are down. Oh, is he like trying to dance? Let's see. Anyway, I wanted to actually know how these work. And how when you need a little health boost. I think I'm going to go into one of the restaurants I can go into in a sec. I'm going to pause the recording and then I'm going to start it again, just so I can split this up into smaller segments. So I'm going to quickly tab up for a sec.